Hey everyone, this is your full body warm up for your January Ready, Set, Go. So let's get started. Just to start off, we're just going to do some slow arm circles, really opening up in your chest. Trying to get as much movement towards the back as towards the front. Feel your shoulder blades really contract and squeeze together. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling all the way back. We're going to do one more in this direction. And then we're going to reverse it, going all the way to the back, squeezing those shoulder blades and exhaling all the way to the front. And as you're going, making sure that your ribs stay nice and knit together. They're not popping forwards. So feel those abdominal squeeze. You're gonna do this last one here. And then we're gonna do some roll downs and roll ups. So you're gonna inhale those arms back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale as you curl yourself down towards the ground. See how low you can go. And then feel those abdominals pull in and up as you lift yourself all the way back and up again. And then again, inhaling and exhaling. And then inhaling and then exhaling through those hardest spots. If you want to make it a little harder, try not to let those hips go backwards. So you think about reaching forwards as you curl down, not sticking your booty back as you come up. We're going to do one last one. Curling all the way down and all the way back on up again. Awesome. When you come up to the top, we're going to do some hip openers and some hip movement. So just really planting your left foot with your right leg. You're lifting up, squeeze the glutes to pull the leg out, and then placing it back down again. And be really mindful about the glute squeeze. You're not just throwing your leg around in space. You're mindfully engaging each one of those muscles. Awesome, and then we're gonna reverse that. So turn the leg out to lift up, pull it in and back down. Squeeze the glutes, lift, squeeze the inner thigh and back down one more time. Awesome, and then we're gonna do the other leg. So really plant that right leg, lifting up, squeezed open, back on down into center. Squeezing and back on down. It's really good to think about the muscles that you're trying to engage while doing these sorts of movements, because again, it is easy to just throw your leg around, throw your weight around. And doing this last one, and then we reverse, picking it back on up, pulling it in, and then back on down. And just breathing easy here. Really feeling those ribs expand. You're gonna do this last one here. Awesome. So then we're going to take that roll down, we're going to add on to it. So we're going to roll ourselves all the way down. If you need to bend your knees, that's totally fine. If not, bring your hands down onto the mat. You're going to walk yourself out into a plank and then back on in. If that doesn't feel right for your hands, you can always come down. Think about coming down onto your knees. Bring your hands or your elbows down, stepping out, and stepping back in as a variation. If not, inhaling, curling down, walking back out, and walking back on in. Awesome. Last one here, we're going to come on down. We're going to stay in our plank. So again, if you're in an elbow plank, that's totally great. And you're going to think about rolling up through your spine, push your hips back, and then push through your feet, bringing shoulders back over top of wrists. And feel your abdominals start this movement forward and backwards. So picking up to curl back, to push into those heels, to picking up, to curl forward, to lower the hips. Last one there. Awesome. Coming all the way back on down. When you come down, what we're going to do is we're going to bring one foot forward. Press up through that back foot, and then you're going to carefully stack up your spine, coming into a nice high lunge here. Think about pushing your hips down and forward, looking for a stretch through that front hip flexor, and really reaching through that back heel so your glute feels nice and engaged. And then from here, bringing that foot down. If you want to, keep your toes curled If not, uncurl them. I like mine uncurled. And then we're gonna add in a twist here. So we're going to twist to one side, looking back. Maybe you can see your toes. And then twisting to the other side. A little easier to see your toes on this side. And then one more here. And all the way back. Awesome. So, then we're gonna move our hip backwards. You can flex that front foot, really reaching through that back hip. You should find a stretch through that front calf. We're gonna stay here for just one more breath. And then we're gonna move in and out of it. So we're going to push our body forward, push the hips forward, look for a stretch here, and then pushing the hips back, bringing the toe up. And just moving in and out of it. Nice. We're gonna do this last one here. Curl that back toe underneath you. Push those hands in, or if you need to be on your forearms, by all means, you can just switch legs. Step the foot back, other foot steps in, lifting your upper body up, press back through that back leg, reaching up through your upper body. If you need to, use your hands to stabilize. If not, you can have hands on your hips, or if you want to think yoga, arms up over your head. Again, think about pushing the hip down, driving the knee forward, but also reaching back through that back knee, and then you're going to bring the back knee down. You can uncurl those toes or keep them curled if you prefer, and then we're going to add in that twist. So, pushing the hips forward, twisting one way, looking back, and slowly twisting the other way to look back again. Awesome. I love adding in twists to a warm-up because I feel like they're often forgotten. But it's important to make sure you work in that transverse plane. In this last one here, you're going to shift your hips backwards, hands can come forward, feet flex. And just holding for a few breaths, trying to kind of work through that calf. If you're on your feet a lot, or right now we're walking through snow all the time, it can get a little tight. We're going to do one last big breath there. And then we're going to do that, moving in and out of it. So pushing the hips forward, to bringing the hips back, and forward again, and backwards. Trying to stay fairly long through your spine. Nice. I'm going to do this last one here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to come down to sitting. Our legs will be out in front. Feet can be nice and flexed. And then we're going to do some roll up, roll downs. So legs can be nice and flexed. Arms can be out of your chest. Reach through those heels. What you're going to do is you're going to really rotate through those hips. So pull those lower abdominals back and really squeeze your glutes. You're going to curl yourself back. Go back until you feel like you're either going to fall backwards or lose that control or lose that curl, and then come back up. That can either be all the way down, part way down, however low you go is awesome. Awesome. Again, trying to get that one vertebrae at a time. Coming down onto the mat. We're going to do this last one all the way back on up. When you come up to the top, what we're going to do is we are going to move ourselves out into a scrap. So when we do this, I don't want you to kind of just slide your legs out as far as they go. Again, I'm super into making sure it's in a workable range. So you're going to pick your leg up. Maybe you need your hands back to support you, but try not to use them too much. Pick your leg up, see how high you can get it. Maybe it doesn't go that high. Maybe it feels like you bring a pound or two off the leg. Sorry, you probably can't see my legs here. Coming back up and back on down. And then we're going to take that and we're going to move our legs outward. So you're going to lift up, pressing out. However far you go is that side of your straddle, lifting up that other leg, pressing it out. If you need to adjust glutes, sits bones, go for it. But in reality, that's your working straddle. Yes, in theory, I could probably get my legs out further, but that's not actually where my muscles can take me. So this is where I stop. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to bring our arms out wide to the outside. You're gonna twist to one side, reach towards that leg, reach up to the back arm. I'm pretty close to the wall here, so I'm a little stuck. Reaching up and over. Reaching up and over. I'm gonna do this last one here. Awesome. So from here, what we are going to do is we are going to come back on up to standing, but I want to challenge you to try and get up without using your hands, or using your hands as little as possible, because you know what, that's also pretty functional. So to make this a little more challenging, roll down onto your back. Doesn't matter how you are on your back, but now try not to use your hands to get up. So this could either be rolling yourself all the way on up, or it could be rolling onto your side. Maybe use a little bit of elbow if you need to, but however you need to, bring yourself all the way back on up to standing, which is awesome skill to work on if you didn't quite get it. But anyways, then we're gonna do some deep squats. Not anyone's favorites, but really important again for hip mobility and hip health. So you're gonna come into like a big kind of sumo. So turned out, fairly wide leg. Think about those knees are tracking over those toes. So if you feel like they're coming in, make your turn out a little less. And then when you're ready, we're going to be coming down and see how low you really can go. It's not like about doing 16,000 reps of squats. We're probably gonna do maybe 3. So we're going to bring our hips down, see how low you can go. Maybe you can come all the way down until your hips are near enough on the floor, and then coming back on up. If you need to make any adjustments, make any adjustments. I felt like my legs were a little wide there. So coming back down, see how low you can go. Maybe you can hang out here, maybe you can work through it a little bit, and then back on up. We're gonna do this last one. If you can, get low and stay low for as long as you can. If not, stay a little higher, but do the shifts as best you can. So we're gonna stay down here. I always like bring my hands into prayer for whatever reason, it just feels right. And then we're just going to move from side to side. I know it probably looks a little weird, but it's so good for your hips. And again, if you're up here, still twisting, still moving from side to side, just trying to ease out those hips. And when you're ready, come all the way back on up. And then just to finish off, we're gonna do a couple more roll downs, just because they feel so good. You're gonna inhale those arms up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, curling all the way down. When you come down to the bottom, let your shoulders relax, let your back relax, let your neck relax. Just give yourself a couple breaths here. Maybe you're a little lower than when you started, which would be awesome. And then when you're ready, use those abdominals, curl yourself back up. And then one last one here. Inhaling all the way on up. Expand those ribs as wide as you can. And then use that exhale on those abdominals to support your back as you curl down. And then when you're ready, one great big inhale as you come all the way up. And exhale those arms out wide to the outside. Really great job, guys. I hope you are feeling warmed up, a little looser, and then ready to either take on your day or another video. I'll see you very soon. Bye.